How do you know yourself? This is the part 2 series of our LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, and we welcome you to watch our show.
Like the butterfly, our lives are too defined by change. We were all once infants, naive, pure, and free. But time doesn't stop for anybody. And with time comes change. We grow up and experience changes in our bodies, our values, our minds. While change is inevitable, we can take control of it. Here, at LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, we can guide you to direct the changes in your life and yourself. Join our journey of self-improvement as we metamorphosize you into your ideal self.
So welcome back. So this is a continuation of what we have left off previously, and that is how we can know ourselves. And previously we have shared with you there are the 4 ways that you can know yourself better. So as a reflection of what we have talked about previously, the first 4 ways to know yourself is through your family background, and second, based on your life experiences, and third, your expertise. It is something that you are good at. Well, generally you got it from your academic studies, you have got it from your training, you have got it from your job, you have got it from your career, and it's something that you are really good at. And fourth is your passion. It is something that you do without asking anything in return. And with this 4 method, today we're going to share with you another 4 ways of knowing yourself. And with that, let us go into the 100 Live Life to the Fullest idea, knowing yourself. The 5th idea, the perception of your personality. Basically what it means, who you think you are, this is who you are. If you think that you are a lively person, okay, you are a lively person. If you think that you're a cheerful guy, then you are. And basically is you are the one who has the ability to judge or to decide what kind of person you are. And that has to do with how you perceive. But take note, how you perceive may also be influenced by the way that you actually judge or decide who you are. If you choose to see yourself from a negative point of view, then generally you might be a very sad person all the time, you may be a negative person all the time, you may look at things or issues from a negative point of view. But if generally you are a positive person, then the way you look things, you will always see the good side of everything. And from there, you will respond accordingly. So beware, how you look at yourself can also be influenced by the way or through what kind of eye that actually you're looking at yourself. We are just surfacing 2 approaches. You look at yourself positively or you look at yourself negatively. There are several other perceptions. Whichever case, it gives you an idea. A way to know yourself depends on how you look at yourself. So with this made up the 5th idea of how you can know yourself better. So with that, now we have shared with you the first 5 ideas of how you can know yourself. We're going to push ahead, and now we're going to share with you another method of knowing yourself, and that is D.I.S.C personality. Now, what is D.I.S.C personality? Well, actually you already know from our previous interview and sharing. And that basically means that many of us are basically made up of either one of these 4 personalities that are commonly found in all of us. And basically is D, well, dominant personality. I, you can be an influential personality. And supportive, you are a supportive personality. And the last one, compliant personality. So believe it or not, you will most probably have one of them. And how do you do that? Well, it's not really about how you look at yourself. There is an instrument, and simply by filling up a questionnaire. Now this questionnaire, well, that's provided you're honest with yourself, and when you fill it up, somehow you will be able to compute a report and tell you that which one is your dominant personality. In other words, which one is your most natural form of personality. It can be D, I, S, or C. Now sometimes we can't be purely just belong to one category. And generally we will have also a secondary personality. So you could be a D followed by an I. And you can be a I followed by a S. Or you can be a S followed by a C. And in other words, you will have a blended form of personality that actually make who you are. So with that, it will tell us, that will actually help you to discover, well, a little bit more systematic what kind of person, what kind of personality that you have. And knowing our personality will help us to, well, firstly accept who we are, and to know how we actually will respond to things, to issue, and how we will behave, and how we will do our things. And more importantly, D.I.S.C personality, well, we're also able to help us to know others better. Well, this is something that we'll talk about a little later on. Whichever case, D.I.S.C is something that you can use it and to understand yourself better. So with that, let us move on to a little break where we're going to inspire ourselves with an inspirational quote. But before we go there, let us think and reflect. How can we aid in developing confidence in our children? And we know that confidence is important. In fact, we ourselves, we have gone through a phase of life and to able to build our own confidence. Now, in this case, how can we help our children to do the same thing too? And so that we won't be going through what we have gone through, going through sense of a low self-esteem and not confident in whatever that we do. So with that, let us watch this cue vid. Here we go. Words of wisdom, something that for us to ponder about, but good for all of us. Today we have our D.I.S.C gentlemen, all right, to share about what they think about this code. And let's see what will be your takeaway. Firstly, let me tell you, if you are despair, haven't you heard such thing? Or a proverb that says, seek the truth and the truth will set you free. So all you need is firstly, relax. And then from there, slowly think about your life, observe what is happening around you, and then seek the truth. And the truth will set you free. The truth will tell who you are. The truth will tell you what to do. The truth will give you wisdom. The truth will give you a way. So in the end, there's nothing to be despair about. And I'm telling you, it will give you hope. So seek the truth and be wise and find a way. And there will be a way for you to go. Thank you very much. So, if that's the case, how about you? What do you think? So share with us, give us your comment in our description, in our comment area. We would love to hear from you. And if you have a good one, we will really want to share with the rest. So if you're also interested to receive more of this inspirational quote, well, firstly to inspire yourself or as a reminder so that every day will be a good day. And if that's the case, scan this QR code, join us in our Telegram channel, and so that you can receive our regular inspirational quote. So with this, let us continue. And not forgetting, so far we have explored the 6 ways of knowing ourselves. Firstly, understanding our family background, followed by based on our recollection of our experience, and not forgetting that what we are really good at, and followed by passion that we will do at all costs, and of how we perceive our own personality, and coming to something a little bit more systematic, which is the D.I.S.C personality. Now the next one that we want to share with you is something that is even more powerful, and that is biometric programming. Biometric programming is a very systematic tool that actually we can use it to know ourselves better. And in this case, it's not about how we actually think or how you think about yourself, or how we can actually use a paper survey and to see and how to generate a profile of you. In fact, this biometric programming is to actually able to collect data from your brain waves. And through what means? Through our fingerprint. Our fingerprint actually has a lot of hidden data about our brain function, about our brain activity. And each form of activity represents one of the 10 functions that actually has been going on within our brain. Now this can include the way that we operate, the way that we manage, the way that we come out with our creativity, the way of our language, the way of our memory, the way that we lead, the way that we deal with musicality. These are all the 10 functions that actually made up part of our brain, and that can be collected through our 10 fingerprints. And with that, we were able to analyze how active you are in each of these functions. And from there, you were able to understand, oh, no wonder I can do this well. No wonder I have to take a lot more effort to do this and to do that. And that were able to give us, well, I would say a little bit more scientific evidence, and so that you do not need to question why, because this is already has been encoded into your brain. So biometric profile or biometric programming, this is actually a technology that able to help an individual to really understand yourself. Now, if you are interested to find out more, come in contact with us, send us an inquiry. We'll be happy to share with you more about it. So with this, let us proceed and take a little break and have an inspirational quote to inspire us. And the question that we ask ourselves, how do we stay humble and grounded even after we have achieved success? Now this is something that for us to think about, especially if we have gone through a lot of life experiences and we have achieved something to a certain extent. And will we eventually be proud? Will we eventually be complacent? Now, if that's the case, how do we always stay humble and be grounded, even after we have so much success? This is something to remind us so that we can continue not to miss the mark of our life, and so that we continue to live life to the fullest. With that, let us watch this. So with that, let's hear our D.I.S.C, and then from there we'll also see what you think about this wisdom quote. Self-love. Where got time? Where got time to self-love? There's so much more to do. It's not about self-love. It's how to challenge yourself, how to challenge yourself to do the things that's impossible, and so that we can have a greater tomorrow. So it's about challenging yourself, and so that you are actually able to value yourself even more. I've heard all of us, and what do you think? So make your comments. We'll want to hear from you. And we believe that whatever that you have in mind is something that all of us can learn from too. So with this, if you are interested to even receive our regular inspirational quote, do scan this QR code and join us. We will not spam you with a lot of information. We will just give, and no chat is allowed. So you will not be so concerned or be overwhelmed with a lot of messages. So this will keep it as private as possible, but yet we hope that with the code that we send to you, it can be something that inspires you. So with that, let us continue with our 100 Live Life to the Fullest idea. And so far we have gone through all these points. Firstly, knowing your family background, reflect upon your experiences, understand or know your expertise, and your passion. And how you perceive your own personality, this one, no one is able to judge you. You are the best judge. And next, if you want to have something a little bit more systematic, D.I.S.C personality profiling will work for you. And the one that I've just shared is Biometric programming, which has to do with collecting data from your brain waves. So the next step I want to share with you is DNA personality profiling. Now this is one of the tools, in fact, one of the most advanced tool and technology that you can use to understand yourself. In fact, just by a swap from your mouth, we can actually generate a report. And this report will actually able to indicate the degree of your temperament. So how we actually react in terms of your level of depression, your level of anger, your level of avoidance. So all of this temperament can actually be translated into a form of a measurement. And that will indicate how prone are you to each of this temperament or respond to a certain situation. And that actually made up who we are. And which is true. When we are stressed or when we have certain situation, we are actually to react naturally that way. And it all varies from different people. So like I mentioned before, when you go through a certain situation, you either can choose, right, to be sad, depressed, angry, upset, or happy. Now, why is it so? Why is it different from one person to another person? And that has to do with what has been encoded into our DNA. And this DNA somehow will actually able to our body or our reaction to come off in this way naturally in the form of a reaction. Now whether is it beneficial or whether is it harmful to us, it really depends on the situation. All this temperament has its own function. They are not meant to be right or wrong, good or bad. It's just that this is our natural inclination in order to react or respond for a very simple reason. It's either meant for survival or we need to defend. And that is basically to protect ourselves, protect our identity, protect our physical nature, to protect our body. And all these temperament functions are actually meant to do that. However, in this modern society, where our environment is so integrated and so dense and highly populated, we are always facing stresses that's coming from all kinds of systems. And therefore, we are also stressed every hour, every minute, and every second. And because of all this situation, it keeps on triggering our temperament, our reaction. And that because of that, it actually makes us so stressed out. So by understanding our DNA profile, we were able to better understand, and not only that, but also to manage. Now, how do we manage? This is where we can actually learn more coping skills, or balancing skills, or ways that can be therapeutic, or able to help us to function better, or to manage our temperament, or even to divert our energy, to divert our reaction and responses to something that is more effective, efficient, and beneficial. So with this personality profiling through your DNA, that will give us a better educative approach, and so that we can better manage this without asking, why am I like that? So we hope that by all these ideas, it will actually help you to able to know yourself much, much better. And with that, so that you can unleash your potential to the maximum, and so that you can live life to the fullest. So with this, before we end, we just want to share with you a story. And with that, we're coming into BounceAsia. BounceAsia is actually a platform that we want to share inspirational story from all Asia. Right now, we're just starting from Singapore. If you have story from Asia country, either from Malaysia, from Indonesia, from Philippines, from Thailand, from Vietnam, from Myanmar, from Cambodia, from China, from Japan, from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, we will love to hear from you. All you need to do is reach out to us, give us an email, and say that you have a story that you would like to share through us. We'll be so happy to come in contact with you and see how we can present your story to all of us. So with this, let us will share with you this story that we have found from Singapore. An entrepreneur not only run a training center, but he also makes sure that his enterprise, his business, also contribute back to the society. And I thought that that's such a wonderful way of living. While you're able to make a living for yourself through your business, and yet at the same time through your business, you can give back to the society. So with this, let us hear this story, and so that we can be inspired again one more time. Here we go.
这慈善机构成立于2016年8月9号，其中最重要的一项活动是由 D.I.S.C International 属下的专业理发师为认领人士提供免费的剪发活动。我们的活动地点包括红山，包括洋出港、布吉巴豆、后港，还有坎巴拉联络所。
在此之前，我只是想提升我的美发技术。当我知道学院有义工活动，而我的技术可以帮助更多的家庭减轻负担，
我们每位培训师都有机会提升自己，也能让在美发行业跟着时尚潮流走，同时也能让给大家更多就业的机会，也给培训师更多实习机会，最后能让我们以技术知识来回馈社会。
谢谢 D.I.S.C International 的这项支持，没有你们就没有这项活动。谢谢 D.I.S.C International。
So we hope that with this BounceAsia story is something that we can share with Asia. And we also would love to hear from you if you have similar story like that. And we know that we will never mind to have more. So we'll look forward to hear from you. So with that, we're going to end our sharing for today. And with that, let's have a recollection. How to know yourself. And basically, we have 8 ways for you. First, think about and know or understand your family background. You can think about your parents, you can think about your grandparents, you also can think about your great-grandparents, and I believe that they have many, many stories to share with you, and I'm sure you are part of it by blood. Second is based on your experience. All you need to do is to reflect, recall, and that will be part of you. Third, your expertise. Now, this is something that all of us have gone through since birth. We learn, and eventually we learn something that we are good at. And not only good at, we are actually able to work with it. We are actually able to contribute. And that expertise made up who we are because we are so good at it in terms of knowledge, skills, and even the system. Fourth, your passion. This must be something that you are working on it outside your working time. And you do not need to be motivated by money or any other thing. You will still do it happily, excitedly. And that is your passion. That passion made up part of you. And the next one is the perception of your own personality. Now, in this case, you are the best judge. You decide what kind of personality you have. And with that, that is how you live. This is who you are. I am who I am. And that is a general statement when you are able to perceive what kind of personality you have. Next, if you want something a little bit more systematic, and that is where you can adopt D.I.S.C. personality profiling. Simply, it's just a survey. With the survey, it will able to give you a report. With that report, it can tell you which category you belong to. You're either a D, I, S, or C. Now, if you want to find out more, come in touch with us. We'll share with you a little bit more. The next one is, if you want something a little bit more honest and accurate, and that is through analyzing your brain wave. And this is what we call the biometric programming. Through the brain wave, we can analyze the 10 functions that can be reported that is within in your brain. And that 10 function defines how you work, how you're actually able to function, because this is what your brain can do to your body, to your mind. And finally, you can know yourself through your DNA. Now, this DNA basically will able to give you a good analysis about your various temperament. This temperament include in terms of the degree of depression, anger, avoidance, even to some of the kind of addiction to certain elements. And this actually made up or help us to understand that, oh, that's the reason why I have been reacting or behaving this way to a certain situation or to a certain matter or to a certain substance. And all these 8 methods is something that you can try to know yourself better. So with this, we hope that we will see you next time. And with that, if you want to follow us, we have these 4 channels. All you simply need to do is pick out your handphone, scan one of the QR code that of your favorite, and follow us. We'll continue to share information with you. So with this, we wish all of you live life to the fullest. And with that, let's end this family challenge. We hope that if you have not done this, please try it out. This is one of the latest technology in terms of media, where you can enjoy with just a simple phone function. And with that, you have a good time with your family. And with that, don't forget, take a snapshot of this little creature that we have created and send us your picture. We will love to receive them and we'll look forward to give our prizes to some of the outstanding photos. So with this, let us watch this video.
Come, take on the LLTTF Family AR Challenge. Parents, get your QR readers ready and let's go! Scan the augmented reality code on the screen with your reader and open the webpage. Then read the instructions and tap on the augmented reality icon on the bottom right of the butterfly. Set the butterfly down and watch it fly. See if you can follow the butterfly and find its name hidden on its body. Get your children in on the fun too. See if they can too find the butterfly's name. Shh. No hinting. Don't leave anyone out. Get as much of your family to join in as possible. The more, the merrier. Finally, take a picture to keep a memory of the fun times you've had together. Try to get the butterfly in the shot too. Scan the code on the screen now to participate in the challenge. And don't forget to have fun and live life to the fullest.
So we'll be looking forward to your photograph, and if you send us, and we'll be so happy to publish it and to show what you have with your family. So email to us to livelifetothefullest.tv@gmail.com. So again, if you want to follow us, these are the 4 different channels. Just simply scan one of the QR codes, and so that you can or we can have a connection with you and to share with you more. So with this, see you next time.
LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, a big learning community. Uncle Roland and his friend, ready to listen and be your friend. Yeah, yeah, live life, yeah, yeah, to the fullest. Yeah, yeah, live life, yeah, yeah, to the fullest. Big potential is what you have. The situation will drive you mad. If disappointed or anxious, lost or confused and aimless, we will help you to take action. Work together with one mission. Live life to the fullest together. Live life to the fullest forever. Yeah, yeah. Live life. Yeah, yeah. To the fullest. Yeah, yeah. Live life. Yeah, yeah. To the fullest. Yeah, yeah. Together. Yeah, yeah. Forever. Yeah, yeah. Together. Yeah, yeah. Forever. Live life to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. Oh, 凶啊. Hey, maybe you can do a better job. Alright. Hear from you.